here's the history of this bill. This bill originally was presented to this body pretty much as it is right now, except for the IDLA part, and it passed. It was vetoed by the governor, and the governor's veto prevailed. Then I met with the good gentleman from 5 to discuss my concerns about my district, because he's from a more rural district. Let me tell you a bit about District 15. District 15 is bordered by U.S. Highway 20, which is Shinden Boulevard. It's bordered by Idaho State Highway 55, which is Eagle Road. It's bordered by Interstate 84. These are three of the most dangerous, challenging roads for anyone to drive on. So I met with the good gentleman, and I asked him if we could, in fact, have a carve-out for districts that were more urban, and the solution was to, if you had driver's ed taught in that area, then this bill would not apply. And that made sense because most all these urban areas offer driver's ed. The problem is that this bill does not require the person doing the instruction to actually learn how to teach driver's ed, but that aside, it does not require the car that the teenager is being taught in to have dual brakes. It does not require the car that the teenager is driving in to have signage to inform the people around him or her that they're a student driver. If you've ever driven down Eagle Road, okay, excuse me, you've probably seen red taillights all of a sudden come on as people slam on their brakes because of the way cars travel down that road. If you've traveled down I-84, you probably have seen cars cut in and out to try to get into the fastest lane going on, around them to get a little ahead. You don't want to have your life as the car, or your safety, or your life as the person in the car next to a teenager, to count on them being able to make the kind of split-second decisions to step on the brake and how to handle that. This is a safety issue, folks, for everyone, not just the people in the car, but the people around the car. And there is no way to teach a child who lives in a district like mine or a district like yours where there might be more suburban and urban area to be able to drive without driving on these roads. These are dangerous roads. And this bill prohibits the ability to make sure that their basic safety precautions are in place when teaching a teenager how to handle traffic, and especially rush hour traffic and congestion and so forth. So for the sake of everyone's safety, I think the current law is fine, and I would just recommend that we keep the law as it currently is and not change it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty straightforward, simple bill. I tend to take offense when people tell me as a parent that I don't know what's best for my kids or how to teach my kids how to do something simply because they spent 6 hours with a driving instructor. Current law requires 6 hours with a professional instructor. The other 50 hours are performed by the parents on these roads with their children that they know better than anybody else in society because they are their kids. This is a simple bill. It should be green lights across the board. I ask for your due pass. Thanks.
Good gentleman, I meant no offense in my debate. But the problem is this. This isn't a question of parents knowing best. This is the question of parents having a dual brake in the car to stop an accident from happening because a teenager is in a situation that they're not necessarily equipped to handle. If we had a requirement of dual brakes and signage, I'm fine with this bill. But we don't have those basic safety protections in place. This isn't about parents not knowing what to do. It's about parents not being able to do what they need to do in a dangerous situation. Thank you.